nice.
Hey YouTubers, Grimmy Dragon here, and once again it's review time. And today we are going to be going to the past to look at a figure from Beast Wars, since it is the 20th anniversary of the series. And we're going to be taking a look at one of the Universe 2.0 figures, that being Dinobot. Now the point of Universe 2.0, much like Classics, was to make updated versions of classic characters using technologies that were newer and techniques that were a little bit better than the old versions. And for the most part, Dinobot pretty much lives up to that idea. I mean, the Raptor mode is a lot nicer looking than the original toy. A lot sleeker, a lot thinner, and a lot more accurate to what we think a raptor looks like. Obviously, a raptor is extinct, but, this is the general idea of what we thought they looked like. And it also is a little closer to what the show is, at least in sculpt. Now, it's pretty nice raptor mode. For the most part, you don't see a lot of robot bits, except for in the legs and on the chest, where you can clearly see the robot arms. But, yeah, you got a couple little bits on the legs, a little bit on the inside, and a little bit on the arms, but not much else. So it's a pretty good beast mode. And, tail's done pretty nice. It actually has a bit of a curve to it to make it look a little more alive. And yeah, all in all, it looks pretty good. Articulation wise in this form, you got some limited ball joints in the hips, a little bit of knee bend, ball jointed ankles. So you do have some posability there, and you also have some forward backward swivels at the arms. Oh yeah, and his jaw can open and close. Yeah, paint job is pretty good. You got some nice striping on the back, a bit of a pale brown across the body, and eyes are done pretty well. Those slits are actually sculpted in too, which is impressive. Teeth are individually painted, always nice. So are the claws on the arms and on the feet. So yeah, plenty of paint. And it looks good, even if it's not quite accurate to what Dinobot looked like as far as paint goes. Because Dinobot had a lighter skin tone with darker striping, like a lighter brown, dark brown stripes. It's kind of inversed from what we see here. For example of that, I'll bring in the 10th anniversary Dinobot, which was closer to the show, if not, still not perfect to it. As you can see, you got a lighter shade of brown versus a darker striping on the back. Where this is a darker brown with a lighter striping on the back. Which, it's a little inaccurate, but as far as the sculpt goes, you can see where the improvements are too. This one isn't quite the most accurate raptor I've ever seen. Tail's really a straight block. And while it looks okay, it's not the best. this one looks a lot better. That's a little bit more of a nice Raptor feel. But, you know how it is. Alt modes are only half the equation. So let's see what he looks like in robot mode. Okay, so we got him in robot mode, and first of all, I don't know how I managed to get the chest to go in that far in, like that dino head, because it usually sticks out a lot more due to a flap on the chin of the dino mode, which can be very annoying since it's spring-loaded, but I managed to get it in a lot deeper than normal. So that's impressive. Might be because I'm recording, but yeah, just thought I'd let you know about that. That said, the sculpt of the robot mode is pretty good. Again, the paint job is way off, but the sculpt is good. And we'll start by looking at that head, because I really like that sculpt. So you got a nicely sculpted robot head. And, you know, it's hard to make out with the shine, but you got a really good looking face there. It looks very much show accurate. And I like the light piping that this guy has. It's enough to really shine no matter what angle you're looking at it from. And all in all, the sculpt is great. Now the face should be blue instead of purple, but Hasbro decided to go more with the Predacon heritage and mess with his color scheme a bit. Which is unfortunate. But the overall sculpt is pretty good too. Doing a lot to bring out elements that were in the show model. Like the ribs at the waist, the bones on the legs, the feet. I mean, a lot of the details are available in the sculpt, which is pretty cool. Now for articulation, you got a left and right swivel at the head, ball jointed shoulders, bicep swivel, hinged elbows. These clawed fingers actually move in and out, which I'll get into a little more later. No waist, but you got ball jointed hips. Hinged knee doesn't go too far, but it'll work. You got ball jointed ankles, ball jointed toes. So while there is some hindrances, you can still get some real nice poses out of him. Although mine has a bit of have some pretty loose hips. Now the tail can be stored on the back. There is a little hook that you can put it on there, or you can actually use it as its true purpose, which is a weapon. Got just pops open that. And the sword becomes a missile, but mine, it doesn't lock in. Like, it's supposed to be a missile that you can fire. Mine doesn't lock in so well, but You do have this shield, which is a classic Dinobot weapon. Like, I mean Dinobot the character. It doesn't spin this time, but it's still good. And you get his sword, although it is kind of stubby. Which is a shame, but, you know, at least they tried to put it in. And I understand they had to make it smaller to fit into that somewhat different tail. So it is kind of forgivable. Now he does have a gimmick with his hands, where you can flip them out to be the more clawed hands, which is another option for holding the sword. There's even a tab underneath the claw where you can actually plug the missile sword into. Although it's not a very tight fit. But you can compress the claws, get them to hold the sword pretty well. It's pretty good. But he does need the fist to actually hold the missile launching shield. And it works better in the right hand too, so. Okay, so. Yeah, he actually has a better grip on the sword in the left hand as well, so. It's a better option to put the missile sword in his left hand. Now he does have one more gimmick, and that's in his chest. Now I see where that little square is that's blank. Well, you can flip it out to reveal a Predacon symbol, because he did start as a Predacon, or change his alliances like he did in the show and join the Maximals. And it's a nice gimmick to have that there. And I appreciate it because, you know, it shows that they know that he was originally a Predacon and decided to join the good guys, join the Maximals. And he actually stayed with the Maximals till the end. Well, except for a really brief stint going back. But that was just an episode. So anyway, it's still pretty good. I like that feature. Now for comparisons, we'll bring in back that 10th anniversary Dinobot. As you can see, again, the colors are better on the 10th anniversary one, but the sculpt is better on the new one. Or, well, the Universe 2.0 one. And we'll also bring in, this time, the vintage Beast Wars Dinobot. The reason I didn't bring put him in beast mode is he's missing a raptor arm. So, yeah. But he also has the blue face. This one has a blue face, a little blue underneath the dino head. So if this guy had this guy's color scheme, he'd be near perfect. And the Henkei actually did do this, like this color scheme for this guy, or something close to it. But that one's stupid rare and stupid expensive, going for near $300. So I don't know about you, but that's kind of out of my price range. But still, this is a really good Dinobot. I love the sculpt. I hope they make a platinum version of it, where they have a better paint job. So that should about cover it for Dinobot. A wonderful figure, even if he is the wrong color scheme, pretty much. It's a wonderful figure. and a great update to the character. I really hope they make a platinum set that has a more show accurate paint job to him. That said, the Henkei version is available if you can find it and afford it, which both are very hard. That's unfortunate, but it's true. But fingers crossed for a platinum set. You know, it's always possible. But anyway, that next week, tune in because we are going to be looking at a new line, and it's actually going to be the DC Superhero Girls line, starting with, well, the only one I got right now, the 6-inch scale Wonder Woman. Be sure to check out my blog, Grimmy'sReviews.blogspot.com, to get a little bit of an advanced read on the review. And I will see you next week. So take care and have fun, and goodbye out there, whatever you are.